Talking about TV just to reveal JC.
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
Hello and welcome to the TiVoMike Show. I'm Michael TiVoMike Jefferson coming to you live to tape.
That's
from
right.
Steiner Studio here in Providence, Rhode Island. Here in the studio with my best friend, the show's entertainment guru, Mike, E.G. Mike84 on Twitter, numerical 8 and numerical 4. Do not write it out, otherwise you will go to someone totally different. Warner.
Yes, Saints. Let's do it.
We doing that in Chicago P.D, where Halstead's past resurfaces when a former Army colleague is implicated in a deadly blast. And as the FBI launches an investigation into Roy's disappearance, Upton feels the pressure of the secret she and Voight are hiding and sharing on today's Righteous Recap.
Forgot to breathe.
Totally forgot to breathe. It was like I was buffering.
Right. So, guys, let's see. I want to talk about the Roy thing because that's so minuscule. I'm over it, but I get they're using this storyline to show the crumbling of Upton.
Yeah, because they do have to kind of just finish that arc.
Right. So I get it.
2 more episodes before they're done with it.
I'm hoping.
Because the girl who got hurt by him is
you.
totally fine. Flipping her hair, going, all right, guys, let's get to the tree thing.
Right.
When you were correct and I said you're wrong, turns out you were right. Hello, white man was mansplaining to her. Not supposed to do that.
I do like the episode. It was realistic. It wasn't, again, the rating's always good on PD. What I'm over, just let it happen. Let her lose her shit and explain why she's losing her shit. Or don't.
Or don't. Thank you.
Because you're not doing, do you remember the time?
But you might as well
But you're flirting with that line.
Yes. Because
especially
because
we didn't get enough space. Like, let's get some time to forget about it, and then when it comes up, give her a chance to panic.
Thank you. Shouldn't something
can't panic
happen
every
that
week.
triggers her, not just everything?
Right.
Like,
Thank
let her
you.
go 2 or 3, 4 weeks, and then one weird case where
and
the
plus,
guy's
who is
kinda
this
like
dude?
her
This dude was not
reminds
even
her.
that big a criminal when
No.
it happened.
He
Why
was
the
in one
FBI looking for
episode.
him? Like,
right. And enough to trip you guys up? Really?
Thank you. Thank
really?
you. So,
and my bullet is in him. I took that out. Will you stop worrying?
My
I have
thing
a right
is-
to know. You have a right to know nothing. You can't handle this.
right, and that's the thing. That Voight said, yes, you do have a right to know. If you knew how to just shut the hell up.
That's right, because even what I thought was really brilliant, and I'm glad that I don't know how they could afford it, but when they had Jack Nicholson in the back seat, and he said to her, "You can't handle the truth," I was like, "Whoa, these people have gone to another level."
Right.
Because she can't handle the
She
truth.
can't. No. So let it be. Stop talking about it and let it go.
Yeah, you killed him, and you
Or tell somebody.
and you did
know
it
what?
justifiably.
Just tell.
Tell the
someone.
mirror.
Tell Kim.
But who was the lady who spoke to a mirror in Disney?
Snow White?
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
I think Snow White. Oh, Snow White, the Wicked Witch
yeah,
from Snow
Wicked
White.
Witch. So it
Maleficent.
worked for Maleficent. Okay, before she divorced Brad and told lies about hurt the kids on a plane. Then it could work for you.
Right.
Go to the mirror and say, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the liarest of them all?" Me. I killed him. Let it go. You did, and
it was fine.
and is it that bad?
Right.
Even if you, let's say, on a hunch, you woke up, really wanted to murder someone that day. Just average, you just wake up murderous.
Right.
Happens. Sometimes some of us wake up with an achy neck. Some of us wake up with murderous intentions. And she was like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And she picked him out. Well, that's a lucky catch because he happened to be a bastard.
Right.
Isn't that wonderful? You killed a guy, bad, who was bad.
Right.
Good. So move on with your life. And you picked. See, this is why your decisions have to come home to roost.
Right.
Like little kid, wanted to see if a bullet bounced. He now knows.
Right.
He didn't think that through. So he didn't think, well, what do I get by knowing?
What if it doesn't bounce?
Or what do I get by knowing?
That's my thing.
But what if I get by knowing?
True. That's true. What
that
do you
it
get by
bounces or
knowing?
not?
But my thing is,
It's
if
like,
you're going to even propose the question,
right,
you got to propose the potential answers.
Of the
and
other
what
side.
if it doesn't?
What if it doesn't go?
What is the outcome?
Did you learn nothing from Eve and Adam? Those two knuckleheads in a garden, talking to alligators. Oh, if you eat from this, you get to know right from wrong. Wow, what a superpower!
Right?
How'd that work out for you?
It did.
How about this? How about you knew right from wrong before?
Right.
Since
wrong
he said,
was don't eat that.
But
see, that's the problem, and God should know this. You don't tell them what you don't want them to do because they always do it. It's reverse psychology. He should have said, "Eat the apple."
Yeah,
eat all the damn apples,
all of them,
and they wouldn't have ate any.
Right, or made it out of asparagus or Brussels sprouts.
Right.
No one likes Brussels sprouts. That would not have been a temptation.
This is true.
We'd all be now in garden. So I thought what they should do in this kind of situation. That's the word. Situation. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with situation. So you have to know both odds.
Right.
So first you had the bullet guy, the bullet kid. No. No, the bullet kid was fire.
Was med.
He was med?
He was
med. That's right, because of the doctor. Okay. See, I told you that's why you can't be doing no crossovers. So first you had the bullet kid. Then you had then you had the girl in the snake pit well. Then you had the kid
at the end
who
of
just
the
got. We didn't even.
It didn't bounce.
He didn't get a backstory either. What was that? Ritter's brother. And now, sorry, I'm just so irritated at these people. I'm just so.
I love it. I freaking love it.
I can't.
I love the irritation because I like how you're like, I'm not going to say it. I'm not. Ritter's brother. Like, I can see you arguing with the saying of it. And then your head said, okay, we're not going to say it. Move on. And your mouth was like, we are saying it.
We got to say it. And it just has a mind of its own. So we have all these bad decisions in these episodes.
Right.
And now we have her connecting with the only character on the group team department that is Goody Two Shoes. So you did that to yourself.
Right.
Normally your spouse would be the one you get to kind of, here's what happened. Plus he gave you an opportunity. He goes, now give your confession, tongue in cheek when he's hungry. And you were like, yeah, I'm an open book. Okay. So you chose the black and white seeing world man as your spouse.
Right.
And now you're mad at Voight for keeping secrets from you because you can't handle this one. You don't know how to lie good. You couldn't even convince the Goody Two Shoes brother that you couldn't outrun the old guy.
Right.
By just making up something. I tripped. Why don't you trip? Actually trip. And then you don't have to worry about you lied about tripping. Like, oh my God, it was so stupid, Jay. I turned around and just twisted. It was so weird. It was weird, Ricky.
Right.
The coolest nickname ever. Freaking love that. He's Ricky in my book all the time now. But, so yeah, she's stuck. So I'm with you. So with the writers, now you have to drop it. Because here's where you have no out. She can't tell him, because that'll be the end. It'll unravel him. It's the very fear that Voight had about bringing him into any more things.
Right. Keeping him on purpose.
Because he tried to get pulled in.
Right.
At one point. I forgot what it was last season. And he tried to pull him into something. He was like, I want to be in a room. No, you don't want to be in a room. Because I need you to be the good one.
Right.
So
that was the season before the finale.
Right. That's her name. Hailey or Susan. Who's the guy?
Hailey Upton.
Hailey. So now Hailey.
Look at you. Look at
me knowing
you.
Stuff. I'm telling you, I'm starting to pick up what they're putting down. I'm receiving what they're delivering. I'm seeing where they're shooting at. So all of a sudden, Hailey is now there going to pull him in if she tells him.
Right.
Because he's not going to not love her anymore. Right. He's going to be like, oh, let's
it's pivotal.
It on.
Does this change Jay?
And Voight will hit.
Right.
And so you can't do that for the writer because it would make sense for our characters. And you can't do it the other way, which is she keeps it in, but it hurts her and stuff. So she just got to move on.
Right.
Here's two writers.
He killed a bad person.
Right.
For a
who
good
needs
reason.
to die. And if he was alive, kill him again.
Right.
So What you do, what would have been good, is when Jay buried him, right? Didn't he bury him and then burn him or something like that?
Voight, yeah.
Yeah. So not Jay, sorry. Look at me, I already tainted the guy. Sorry, Ricky. So when he threw him in the grave and burned up the body, to show him, like, move and just be tortured a little bit. Like Shredder and
right, because then she didn't kill him, and now it's...
Right, and then Voight did it.
Yeah.
See, Voight did it. So you have that. So just say the next episode 6 months later.
Something, yes.
Because then
because that's my whole thing, is if
just move on.
I know what it's like when you're trying to keep a secret.
Right,
we all
just
know
let
what
it
it's
go.
like. But the secret doesn't haunt you the minute you keep it.
Thank you. It happens
progressively,
which makes it unbearable.
Right.
It wouldn't be unbearable if it's all the time, because now you just get used to it.
Right.
Like,
so
well, that's just
leave it alone and let's go.
Move on. So they had to figure out some cool way to do that.
I'm sure they're gonna, because they're really good about it in PD.
I also think that we have so much grace to them, they don't need to. They can just have a next episode and she doesn't bring it up and no one brings it up ever again. Because again,
that's true too.
The guy who actually beat her up and did shoot her,
right,
when she says, I have a kid, granted, she's not mine and she's black. I think when she said that, that's what made him still shoot her. She should have just stuck with my daughter. So she actually got shot.
Right.
And
she's a good person.
And she's fine.
Thank you.
Fine. Look totally back.
I'm not going to lie, because the episode before, she looked like trash.
Thank you.
So I like this progression of who she was doing. And then all of a sudden, she's running.
She can't run for syrup, but she can run. Faster than Otis. So I'm like, come on now. First of all, that's a little mean to Otis. So, Hailey, you need to let it go.
Well, that was Skip. Yes. Oh, yeah. You're right. Hailey needs to let it go.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, see, I
like
got
that.
it.
I like that. I'm with you on it, because I'm just like, shut up. Shut up. It makes you think of pivot, and then Chandler's response. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
That's one of the best.
That's what makes you think of when they harp on these storylines for too long.
Yes. Because, again, it's not... Because they have this problem that you can't make the characters unlikable.
Right, exactly.
So it's not like... Now, if you had her shoot... It had ricocheted, from him and killed some innocent person, some woman, a nun, on her way to save a burning baby from a alligator attack. just being a blessing, and she got shot right in the temple.
Right.
And just bleeds out.
Then you can be like,
and then her Bible falls from her hand. Got it.
Now we understand why you're so devastated by this. Right.
Not only is the words are in red, but now all of it's in red. So I get that would haunt her dreams.
Right. But this,
you
killing a criminal?
A criminal who killed a lot of people.
For no damn reason.
And you saved, and you potentially, in your
angle, you saved Voight.
Thank you. So in her mind, it doesn't even make sense for her to do it. She's doing it. It only works if she knows Voight enough to know that he manipulated the situation to get her to do that thing, which she wouldn't know, because that's an audience thing, not her thing.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense. So just drop it.
So, right. And then Ricky Halstead. First off,
I love this undercover.
I'm upset that he wasn't undercover because he was in the army.
Yeah, but still undercover because he hid.
He's
a cop.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is the backstory for Ricky was just
perfect.
In my opinion, some plot holes.
Really?
Well, how are you in the army? Your name was Ricky, but you worked for us for 9 years, and we all know you as Jay.
Yes. Because remember, they said the reason he got because at the end, she goes, so why do they call you Ricky? And he said, well, here's what happened. There was a time when they didn't believe I could shoot this particular guy, but I had the bullet ricochet off the thing, so they called me Ricky.
Oh.
For ricochet.
Is that really what? Yeah. See, I missed that. I missed that part of it, yeah. So.
Oh, I love that.
Because I was like,
the coolest
I was like,
y'all
fools. Because I'm more mad that.
And then he even said, and I liked it.
For 9 seasons, we know him as Jay. So I'm like, hold up. Where the hell did Ricky come from? 9 years we know you and we find out.
he
But-
enjoyed the name that made him a good killer.
Right.
And now he's
And
pushed
now he
away,
hates
away
it.
from it.
Right.
So he's still calling me that. But I think, first of all,
It was good. That whole storyline was amazing.
Men will brag over
Everything.
I fell off of a bike and I have a gash in my cheek here from when I was 2. Isn't that cool? What's cooler than, I once shot over there and killed the guy over there because it ricocheted.
Right.
And they all called me Ricky.
Everybody knew
They'd be
about
like, wow, you're cool.
it. Right.
He is forever Ricky. First of all, that was already my character because that's how I am. I'm just black and white. People find that irritating.
Right.
I find it irritating. I get it too. It messes my own stuff up.
He finds it irritating.
Yeah,
You see
it's
him
irritating.
fighting with himself.
Sometimes you want to be bad. You want to be like the Michael Jackson song. I'm going to be bad. Chamon. But you can't chamon. You can't chamon.
Right.
You could only say, leave me alone. And they didn't leave you alone. They killed him. So I thought that was brilliant. So let's get to that story. Because I think that storyline
I loved
of the VA, of even the killer
the
guy, what was his
veteran
name?
friend.
Loved him.
I like
I
first
love
off.
the meeting at the house.
I
Let's go to the house.
loved that he was the veteran. But so
Oh, yeah, right.
So I freaking loved how he was like, what kind of bomb was it? Made with tree
Right.
sap. Hold on.
It's what do they call it? A sapling or a cedar?
Juniper.
Juniper.
And she goes, no, it was a cedar, but it's
She
not
goes,
actually
"No,
a
that was
cedar. It's a
wrong.
type of
It
juniper.
was a type of cedar.
Yeah.
And then reads it. Oh, actually, this particular cedar
It's not really a cedar. It's actually
is
a juniper.
I
I loved
And
that.
everybody was like, see, he knows, and you know. Y'all are smart.
Right.
Y'all should get married.
And then I like how he was like,
But they're married to idiots. But go ahead.
I like how he gives.
I
they
kid.
give the book of visitors, and he's like,
Yeah.
I just need to say for one person.
Oh, no.
I just need to say for one
No,
person.
hold on.
that
We got to set that part up. That was too cool. Because first of all, it wasn't even Trudy.
No,
she
it
didn't
was
have to go up the stairs. It was just that that out of
Right at the
shape,
podium.
office guy, police officer. So he was clearly an office worker.
Oh, he was a army guy.
Well, not
that
anymore.
brought the-
He was
yeah.
pretty hefty.
Well, he was dressed in the fatigues. I'm saying like
yeah,
he was,
he just let them go. There was orange fatigues.
Well, once you become a
Fatigues are for
sergeant, you don't work
active
as much. So he's
duty.
probably one of those
He's
dudes.
not on duty, and he's certainly not active.
Right.
If
But I
he's active, I should wear those fatigues.
I like how he was like,
I need like a one that has like. Do they have one for pregnant women? So he gives. He was out of breath handing over the evidence.
yeah, he was like, yeah. So I mean, if you can find anything in
There's
there,
1,000 pages, and then so Mrs. Halstead says, "Wow,
I'm going through this forever.
that's a mighty big book you have there."
Right.
And Mr. Halstead says, "I'm just looking for one, baby."
I see one page. Hold
Right
on.
there.
And I like how he was like
Perfect.
flipping. I like that it was real too, because he was really
Yes.
like flipping.
He was
flipping,
really looking
flipping,
for
flipping.
that.
And he said, "Eric, someone said." I'm like, she goes, "Wait, how you?"
And first of all, I love that they did it in alphabetical order,
Right.
Because that would have been mean.
Let me get over to the end of it. He was tired as a guy bringing it.
And then he skips the page because I felt I could be on that scale. Let me go. It turns out, nope, it was that one page.
But it was hilarious because I'm like, first off, you guys remember, Halstead is always kind of the next one step ahead. Him and Antonio, when they were on the show together, were good for that. I mean, that black and whiteness.
Yes.
So I like that he was like, as soon as they start describing the bombs,
Right.
we don't know his history, but he knows his history,
Like
and
Ritter.
he knows who's special.
Sorry.
Hey, you. He knows someone who did that work, who knows this mentality of making these bombs.
Yes.
So I like how he was like, this kid had to be there.
Because right when he was it of that? Because he knew
As
that's
soon
what
as he
used
said,
that
as soon as he
before.
said Juniper, she was like, no. He's like, okay, wait, it is a
We
Juniper.
Know, we know who it is.
Right. So I loved,
So good.
and it wasn't fake. It didn't
No.
feel like
Even
criminal
their
intent.
meaning, right? Even in
Right, you got me.
hater, he's hating. Criminal Intent was perfect.
It was. I just had to do that. I had to throw it in it, and you said right, so it works.
Yeah, you got it. I like when they went to the house with the pictures, and it was
right.
good.
He played it up after going to the VA meeting.
Yes.
Then he showed up like, "Hey, what's up?" Oh, I'm just going.
And he let him approach him.
Right. He didn't even.
Yeah, he didn't approach the
didn't
guy.
engage.
He was like, "Are you
right?"
Okay? So it wouldn't look weird. And even because normally I hate scenes. I hate scenes where they go, "Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom now." Meanwhile, 9 hours later,
I do like that he looked around.
He should have said, first. "Listen, I gotta drop it."
Right.
That gives you time.
Right.
I gotta go to the bathroom. That's okay. That's a minute.
Maybe
2 minutes
5.
If you wash your hands. Right. Gotcha. If you're a good guy, it should be 2 minutes.
Right.
Right. That's not a long time. Unless they listen, I got to go drop this. I had a heavy breakfast. Something to give you more time.
Right.
I'm already timing it with him unlocking the door. Going. I said it's too late. He's going to turn on. He's going to be right there. But even then, it didn't have to be a broke cover because even when he was doing it, Ricky was like, "Yo, but what is this stuff?" He goes, "You're still," like, he played it well. It's like, "You're still using juniper?"
You know what? It actually is. This is the one time I believe the Halstead are brothers.
Yes.
Because Will, trying to trap Matt Cooper, played the broke card. And scored the interview.
To mention that part. Yes, right.
But he scored the interview because for once he actually did it really well, and he didn't oversell his cool. Cards.
Right.
So I think he's been talking to Jay. Even though Dylan said you're not a cop.
Yeah, not
he's
a cop.
like,
but I'm getting the cop.
Right. Mentality. Yeah, I'm getting some policeness here.
Right. I'm getting the military grade.
Right.
I thought this was a case where the guy's reaction was overblown because the way Jay showed, like, okay, he did find your stuff, but you don't know he's a cop.
Right.
None of this stuff is still there. And he's asking you, "Yo, are you getting yourself in trouble here?"
He's not talking about anything that happened.
Right.
Right, yeah.
He's like worried for him, like a friend, like, "Yo, dude, are you in trouble?" Like, he's being for real. And when he goes, "Yo, you got to get out," like, you wouldn't pull the gun. That part, like, you wouldn't pull a gun.
You're right. You wouldn't pull the gun so fast. Like, you might hit him, or
right, you might go, "Yo, cover it. Yo, get out of here."
Right.
Or don't worry about that. Let's just go back upstairs. Okay, this is weird, but the gun part was weird. But I guess they wanted to.
Well, they had to speed that part because that wasn't the story.
Yeah,
so it was like
they had to get to the other
thing.
But
I knew then he was the mastermind because I'm like, this doesn't add up.
No,
if he's the one supplying, even if you don't know who you're supplying to, you know who you're supplying to.
Thank you, because you have to collect the PayPal,
right?
And they give you all the stuff. They say it was at this time.
Even Cash App. Nothing lets you have a fake name.
Cash App's even worse because they're going to alert you on 5 different alert blocks that
to let you know you had or a credit or a purchase. Right. So I was like,
or Venmo.
Right. Exactly. So I'm like, hold on, but okay, let's go with it. You don't know.
Yeah. Let's go with what's the definition of is.
Right. So we get in, and I like that whole. Pull them in. I like to even bring into me. I like that you guys didn't catch this, but when the 2 other guys, they're like, "What do you bring him here for?" They tried to paint like the guy who was against it most was the one in charge.
Right.
But if you watch the scene when he's like, "Nah," and he makes eye contact with Eric again, he eases up on his pushback because now Eric is telling him like, "Yo,
he's good.
I'm telling you, he got this. He's a shooter. I'm telling you he's a shooter. That's enough. Like, why we still just let it go? This is going to help us make money. Why are we debating it?" So I like that it was like, oh, he's the ring. Wait, who's the ringleader? Because he definitely took the look from him and said, okay, fine. I don't like it, but whatever.
Because they know. See, I took it, and so when I was watching that scene, I took it as they know this dude is cray-cray.
Right.
With the
one with Eric,
with bombs and stuff. So they were like, he's not involved with us, but he's crazy enough because he does make bombs with trees.
True.
Who takes trees, helps the world, gives everybody oxygen and breathing, and makes it a weapon.
Right.
Worse than an alligator at Disney World.
I'll give you that. That is true. So I get that part. But my whole thing was just when he looked at him. I was like,
initially, but you're right. But I saw it because I'm not Warner, so I saw it that way. And then what I saw because of the guy, what was it, Eric?
Yeah,
with his conversations with Mrs. Halstead.
Oh,
the whole time, like that was her way to feel like, this is why I cannot talk to Jay. He's telling you,
right?
Yo, don't tell him anything because he will judge you forever and it's done.
Yeah,
Look at what happened to me. I made one decision 29 years ago.
And
this
that
brother's
interrogation
still mad
scene
about
was
it.
crazy.
Right. But then, because of that, at the end, when they realized that he went back to kill them, and he asked them where the money was, that's when I was like, well, maybe he's not involved. But because he has this twisted sense, because Ricky said earlier he thinks he's when they were talking in the first time of the interrogation when they made the deal,
right?
He said we worked together, and we made some decisions, but then you were wrong. You were wrong. You shouldn't have done what you did. How he has a twisted moral code. So when he saw that Ricky wanted these people and wanted justice, he got the idea, well, maybe if I kill them, that's good for Ricky. Plus, I get to take some money and then leave. Right. So I'll be good forever. And I don't have to create any more bombs because now I've made enough money from this deal. Like, that's my twisted.
So I feel like that's what they were painting. I feel like they tried to paint the vigilante here. Right. So this way he could redeem himself in Ricky's eyes.
Or he
that's what they tried to paint for. Yeah, he was redeeming himself to Ricky. Right. What I love is because I watched the whole episode. So when I saw that scene where my intuition said, "Oh, he's the ringleader," instinct. I'm like, okay. Then I like how they try to divert my instinct by painting him in this whole I care role.
For the people.
And then the thing that made me laugh was like, he's not answering the phone. Of course he's not answering the phone. Y'all just gave him where the money's going to be at.
Right. You told him everything.
And you didn't make him go there with you.
At all. Which is stupid. You just said how he can't be trusted and you know him.
Right. But you know why? That's what I like, and that's what I like about this dynamic with him and Hailey. The reason he let up is because Hailey made him feel bad for not thinking there could be a second chance.
He let his instinct be whittled away.
Right. Oh. Right.
All three of these episodes, they have this theme that they're losing. Because he was correct.
He was definitely correct.
He said, this guy's a bad dude. And then even when he was being arrested by Hailey, or trying to be arrested, he wanted to hold the gun and try to be killed, Hailey was like, you could tell she was like, oh, this is real stuff that you're saying. I understand your side. But you need to put the gun down. Right. Making some good points. Right. Because in that moment, typically, you know me, when they do these kinds of things, they're trying to, Dick Wolf has a message. We know he doesn't like government. So I don't currently like the government either. So I totally get what you're saying, Dick Wolf. But when he said, they tell you to go shoot this person and do that, and this time is good, but don't shoot that person now because now it will be bad. And don't ask a question. Don't ask why. I was like, yeah. Yep. That's that piece. And we get them young, 18. Right. We get them young. So again, I saw them trying to play that line, but I loved Hailey being the audience. Right. Because everything he was saying, she wasn't refuting. She was like, okay, yeah, put the gun down. Right. Exactly. But now you know. And if you know enough to be analyzing, then you know what this is. Right. So don't try to. So which one is it? And that's what I loved about how so good. They pull it home. You in. And the one thing I want to talk about is the one comedic part. My favorite part of the episode was the beginning. I don't remember any comedy in this one. You got to when him and Hailey were talking outside the door, and then they came inside, and Ruzek's like, "We know y'all doing it, right?" Oh, and he goes, yes, "Doing it?" He goes, "Yeah, like living together." Yeah, I like how he goes, "Oh." Yeah. He goes, well, because y'all was doing it, but now you're doing it. Yeah, now you're doing it. And I like he goes, okay, so y'all are the relationship, relationship experts? Yeah. He goes, oh, that's so good because I recognize who's in the room. He goes, oh, who's in the room? The relationship experts. Yes. I was like, wow. Yes. The only thing that could have made that better is if the camera zoomed into each face one at a time. Well, you know what I liked even more? Like a little, was Hailey hello, darkness, my old friend. And but like that, Hailey didn't even catch that? No, because Voight pulled her aside and go, I know what's going on with you and Jay, right? Like, oh, no, sorry, you got some life changes? Yeah, yeah. Let me do right. I was like, wow, he's always right there with that. Every time.
But it was so perfectly.
He just timed.
Well calculated.
Yes. And his voice, he did it in a dry delivery way.
Right.
I'm just like.
Still made it funny. So I just like how they opened with that.
I did forget about that.
And then,
that was probably why, because just at the very beginning, they got out the way quick, and then it got to serious.
Yeah, and then it went to PD.
I was like, listen.
Like they always do.
So people, I want to remind the world, and this is what I tell the members of my church when each of them, most of them had the idea of joining the military. I will say this, people, it is not a career, it is a calling. You make sure you're joining because you are called to protect a nation, to serve a nation. Do not go like it is a career. Oh, look what they're offering. It's a sign-up bonus. This is not a credit card. Oh, if I sign up today, I get 100,000 bonus miles. It is watch stuff. Watch the news. Dare I say it? Interview a veteran. You know, it is a call. It's a call. It's a whole other world. It's a world civilians are blessed,
right,
not to know of. That is what it is. So and if you know a veteran in your life, go and bless them. Be around them.
Amen.
I got to grow up around that because with my pop-up, being a veteran, disabled veteran, and we would always hang out at the DAV in Tucson, Arizona, the Disabled Americans Veterans Place. Man, that was fun. So I heard their stories, and that's why I did not join. I said, I am not called for that.
No, it's funny.
God did not say this, go there.
That's probably why I'm where I'm at mentally with some of the stuff politically and things.
Right.
Because I tried to be a Marine. I tried 3 times.
Right.
To get in.
Wow.
So.
Isn't that something?
That's funny because it's the calling part. And I'm like, that makes sense why.
It's not a career. And
I made it because I was going
to try to make it a career.
But I was making a career because of what you said. You got to want to help. You got to want to.
You want to protect the nation. What's better than that? You know what's better than that? Being called to do that.
Right.
That's why you don't pick, I'm going to be a firefighter because I like ladders. Did you catch the part where you go inside of burning buildings? I mean, that part on the thing, what is, job duties?
Right.
Go inside. Why would I go inside? It's burning. So, right? Or basically a police officer and it says when they're shooting, go toward them. When they're shooting.
So Mike wasn't called to any civic duties, guys.
There's shooting going on, but the bullets don't bounce.
His only civic duty is voting.
They go through you. They go through. They don't bounce on nothing. They may bounce through your organs. Go to it. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. We give you a vest. I don't care about fashion. There is bullets. So again, it's that kind. You need to be called. You need to be called.
He said, I don't care about fashion.
Amen. So in the words of Mrs. Doubtfire, I found this outside. Oh, yeah, it's off my Mercedes. Off your Mercedes, dear. You own that big, expensive car out there. Well, they say a man who has to buy a big, expensive car like that is trying to compensate for smaller genitals. But in your case, I see not. You're a strapping young lad, aren't you? Pleasure to meet you. Me too. Bye-bye.
The TiVoMike Show is produced by Michael Jefferson. Our soundboard operator is Mike Warner. And our theme music is by Eric Dano. A special thanks to all those who make it so we can be here and to you, our great listeners. That's it for the TiVoMike Show. I'm Mike Warner. See you tomorrow when we guide the lost TV viewing saints through the myriad of banal TV shows amongst the low-hanging fruit to find the next great series.